Joining in my content operations team here at Nourish. Grand welcome for everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time out today from your busy schedule to meet with us, learn with us about the amazing opportunities that exist today in the world of the internet called an online coaching business. And so quick things first. This is a Zoom webinar experience. Just in case if you've not attended a Zoom webinar earlier, there will be few limited options available for you so that we have a more conducive environment for everybody to learn from today's session. Couple of options available. One would be a Q&A button, which is the so if you have any questions during chat during the conversation that we have today, any questions, so drop in, click on Q&A and drop in your questions there. Now, and if you want to add anything to the conversation happening, drop that information in the chat section. So that way it will allow us to make sure that the conversation stays productive. There's no spamming happening in the conversations and stuff like that. And just to make sure that the conversation is conducive, the chat is only open towards the host and panelists. And so welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. We have a great session lined up for everyone. But before I start the session and talk about this amazing brand new strategy about how do you grow your how do you build a personal brand online and grow your expertise online and build and become the go-to expert in the domain? I just wanted to quickly understand what kind of expertise all of you carry so that I'm able to give you more specific and relevant examples for everybody. So if you could in chat quickly message what is your domain expertise. Right. So first of all, are you a coach? Are you a trainer and an expert or a professional? Right. So if you are one, also mention what is your domain expertise in. What is your domain expertise in? As in, are you a stock trading coach? Are you a leadership coach? Maybe culinary, maybe health and wellness, fitness. So whatever the domain is, mention that in chat so that I can quickly see the kind of people we have in the audience. Reshma Jain, thank you so much for sharing. Manifestation coach and Aura-Vastu expert. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Welcome to the session. Rohit says he is a design coach. Okay, if you could also mention what kind of designs do you do. Smriti is mentioning she is a lifestyle coach. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so Rohit is saying that he is a graphic designer and he helps people learn graphic design. Amazing, interesting. We have a lot of people who are teaching graphic design on Nourish. Reshma is a manifestation coach. So Kapil, Rajneesh, Sanjay, Neha, Smriti, everybody else who's logged in, if you could also quickly share what is your expertise. Oh, he's a Kapil Tandon. Welcome, sir. Because he says he's a professor and a business consultant. Amazing, interesting to hear that. Okay. Cool. Neha says she is an image coach. Okay, or an image coach. Interesting. Okay, a lot of answers coming in. So great. So I have. So let's just pick up the business consulting and manifestation coaching as a primary example, and I think you'll be able to take it forward for your own use case. Now, so let me just quickly share my screen and just quickly get started. Like I always mention, for those of you just joining in, don't worry. We're going to cover the topics in the session in detail. So ask as many questions as possible because the power of this session will only be based on the number of questions you ask. So the more questions you ask, the better the session will be. And I'll make sure personally that we answer every single question today. Okay. So first things first, Now, so today's session is actually about how do you increase your online coaching business revenue using multiple funnel strategies. So before I begin, how many of you have heard of the term funnels? Do you know what a funnel is? Okay. Any idea about what funnels are and why are they important? Why are we talking about funnels to start with for a coaching business? Okay, Reshma says somewhat idea. Okay. So let me, okay, so let me break down the process for you. Now, everybody knows this for a fact that I'm sure you would have attended a webinar or a session of this sort somewhere already, or you would have seen ads about people trying to talk about certain domains like yoga or good gut programs, or maybe health, or maybe stock trading, and you would have seen ads of people trying to share their information and asking and in order to basically share their expertise with the world, right? So today's session is actually is not just about how do you build a coaching business, but it's actually about how do you discover. We're also going to share actually the strategies that successful coaches are already using on Knowledge, because over the last 2.5 years, using knowledge.com, the platform, we've seen that more than 40,000 people have actually been able to go ahead and launch their coaching businesses. Because today, online coaching is a $499 billion industry, and uh, India is the biggest market ever in dollar terms outside of US for any industry, and especially online coaching industry as well. So there's a huge opportunity for people to be able to go ahead and share their knowledge, create an impact, help others learn a new skill, and go ahead and basically monetize that learning online, right? So who can be a course creator? First of all, you could be a coach, you could be a trainer, or maybe you're an expert in certain domain. We've got people who were basically experts in SEO, right? So they launch courses in SEO as well, and it's an SEO agency. And so what they are doing is now that they're teaching people SEO with courses as an attempt to generate more leads from businesses to get more clients, right? And then we have a lot of content creators. We've got YouTubers, Instagrammers, social media influencers, and everybody else who's creating courses, because that's another great method for monetizing your social media following. Of course, authors, teachers, consultants, professionals, everybody is launching courses, literally any domain that you can think of. We've got somebody who's actually teaching people how to start their own business, small shops business, with where you fix TVs and washing machines, for blue collar jobs, right? And so in vernacular languages, because that person is now trying to create opportunities for people to be able to self-sustain themselves by learning a specific skill, like fixing a mobile or fixing a TV or electronic items, and then basically starting their own business from home, right? So literally any domain that you can think of can be used to create a digital product like a course, and can be used to monetize your skills online, right? So few examples quickly sharing from the 40,000 people we have. Amar Bedi, very offbeat example, founder of ProSync Infotech. He was actually in his erstwhile version, he was helping people, or actually Amazon e-commerce product sellers in the US. As a consulting service, he was helping them scale their Amazon selling business. He realized there's a bigger opportunity available in India. So he started teaching people in India how to sell products on Amazon through a method called FBA, right? This is Vinod Kumar, the second option. He's the founder of Learn Space Science. By the way, Amar Bedi, in the last 1 year, through this same method that I'm going to talk about, has actually done close to 60 lakh rupees a year. We just did a case study with him where he came on for an interview with us. It's available on YouTube, Nourish. Go check it out. And he shares his strategies of how he's using different funnels to grow his business. Vinod Kumar, similar example, K-12. Right now, so he realized he did not want to go in the standard CBSE or ICSE education model. He wanted to teach students something new. And so he came up with the idea of teaching people, children, space science, astronomy, and astrology. Oh, astronomy, actually. And he's teaching people, teaching students, young students from class 6 to 12, space science, and has done 1 crore in course sales. So super amazing success story, really fast growth. And the last example is Paras Surana, founder of Be a Musician. Now, typically you would think that when you're teaching music to people, you would actually be going to a physical institution. And he realized that if he does that, the limitation of the space, that you can only reach out to people in maybe in the 5 to maximum 10 kilometer radius. So he wanted to reach out to a larger audience. So he launched an academy with Nourish called beamusician.com. And with that academy, he teaches violin, guitar, piano, Casio, multiple other things, and has done close to 1 crore in the last 2 years, purely in course sales. Amazing case study. Has really taken away the need for a physical institution, and has proven that any domain expertise can be converted into a digital product, primarily because of 3 reasons. Once you create a digital product like an online course, right? There is no logistical requirement there. There's no delivery like a Amazon delivery. There is no quality concerns here, because you are the expert, you have the knowledge, you know what you're creating. And once it is created, it is done forever. So you don't have to worry about, reworking the product or supplies, inventory, stuff like that. It's a digital product, can be sold 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000,000 times if you want it. So that's really the power of online coaching here. And all 3 of them, like many others, have been able to really succeed with this. So now the 3 secrets of entrepreneurs and businesses who have grown rapidly. One is all these people and everybody else, including Sanjeev Kapoor, who is running sanjeevkapooracademy.com, the Bombay Stock Exchange, who's running another academy with us, and even Shri, they have launched Shri Yoga Academy with us, with Nourish.com, purely for the same reason that you don't have to worry about geography, you don't have to worry about logistics. The internet takes care of all the unnecessary physical requirements, and the scalability is super amazing. There's no limit to how many students you're teaching with one person as a business, right? So you don't need a large team also. But the reason why all of them have been super successful is because of 3 reasons. One, they have a fanatic focus on something called funnels, which we are going to break down for you today in the session. And that's really and it's not a new concept, by the way. It's new maybe for digital businesses like coaching, because it's something which is being implemented by billion-dollar companies, and it's being taught for ages now in MBA colleges and all that. But the actual practical application of how a funnel could actually work for a digital coaching business is something we're going to break down for you today. Second thing is, once you have the focus on that, once the product is created, once the courses are launched, and you know which funnel you want to go with, and we're going to tell you what kind of funnels you could run as well. The next step comes in is, are you focusing majority times on marketing? You need to do that more, because you could be the best. You could be the best coach out there. Even Robin Sharma or Tony Robbins, for example, with all the greatness that they have, with all the expertise that they have, they are trainers for Fortune 50 companies. They have trained people like Michael Jordan and all the top athletes, right? But even with all of that expertise and fame that they have, even today, when they want to grow their business, they have an entire team of people who is purely focused on promoting their brand, and focused on marketing, and focused on the simple fact that if they are spending $1 or 10 rupees in the internet in promoting that brand, are they able to get 20, 30, 50 rupees back? Right. So that marketing focus is the main differentiator between people who become really successful very quickly versus people who take a longer time to become successful. And third, like I also mentioned, unbelievable high but optimized spending on that marketing with a key focus on returns. So these are the three basic factors. And why we call them secrets is because not many people actually focus on this, because ultimately when you're launching any business for that matter, they're all dependent on marketing, and funnels are the biggest power tool that you can use for growing your brand 10x, right? So what are funnels? Basically is the billion-dollar brand strategy that every single company is using. For example, when Hyundai comes out with a brand new car, now this is a company that probably makes one car every 10 minutes. Toyota makes a car once in every 2 minutes, right? So that's the kind of production they have. Obviously they're world famous. And even then they have funnels running. What are these funnels for them? For example, when they come out with a brand new car, you're driving down the highway and you see a hoarding on the road, brand new car, something like this, talking about a new car, right? And so then that excites you that if you are in the market, that you have maybe an older car and you're in the market of maybe buying a new car, and this one looks like something that is in your budget. So what will happen is you see this, then you will see ads on social media, then you will see influencer reports on feedback about the car, then you would probably read blogs about comparisons, you'll have news covering all of this, and eventually you will show up in the car showroom to take a test drive of the car, and then finally you become a buyer of the car. That's a funnel that they are running in the physical world. For Cadbury, when they launch a brand new chocolate, same thing. They have hoardings. When you go down to your nearest 24/7 or a grocery store, you would have flyers dangling in the air, reminding you again that there is a brand new chocolate piece that has come out, and they're super attractive, bold colors, so that the children, who are the ultimate consumers of chocolate, they get excited and they pester their parents, I want that chocolate. And so they will not leave the store until the chocolate bar has been bought. And very smartly, these brand new chocolate pieces are not kept somewhere back in the store. They're right there where you're supposed to make the payment. Right at the counter where you're supposed to make the payment, these are on display, because that's the funnel that they are running. It's called the impulse purchase. So you've gone through the store, bought everything you want. As you're billing, you pick up one or two more, and then there you go, you're a consumer. So what is a funnel? The simplest method of explaining what a funnel is without the jargon or without any complicated terms is basically that you launch a product, whatever product. In your case, in this case, it could be an online course or a coaching program. Then you get potential customers to try out your product, see how it is, get their feedback, make changes, improvements based on what they like, they don't like. And then once you have that product ready, that okay, fine, now it is a foolproof, amazing course that I have ready. Find paying customers on the internet. And then ultimately the fourth step is how can you repeat this process at the lowest cost possible to keep increasing your profits. That is the easiest explanation of what a funnel is. And this is true for automobiles, FMCG, Dabur, Colgate, toothpaste, right? Spotify, apps, tech products, SaaS, you name it, there is a funnel active everywhere. And so, and the beauty is you don't need the millions of dollars as a marketing budget to do this for yourself. So that's the power of the internet today, that you could actually do it at very low cost for yourself and build a profitable coaching business for yourself. The focus really should be is which funnel will be best for you, right? So that's why funnels are super important, because it just is very easy to implement. And what I'm going to show you today is going to be actually about how you could do all of this from just one tool, so that you don't need multiple things to actually enable this. So before I continue, I just wanted to understand from everybody who's logged in, and I see few people who are already part of the Nourish community. Welcome Viraj and Reshma and Rakhi and Tarun. So thank you so much for joining us for this session. But everybody else also who's maybe you've started selling courses, maybe you're not selling courses yet. I just wanted to understand, have you started that process? So are you selling courses already? A simple yes or no in chat will be enough. Okay, Shivam is saying no. Okay. Reshma is saying yes. Okay. Hemal Dua says no. And Viraj says, hi, George, not yet. Okay. Welcome. Sunil underscore DN says no. Tarun says no. Prasanna, no. Rahil, no, not now. Okay. Abhishek is saying yes, selling since last 2 years. Amazing. Amazing. Super, super amazing. And then Kapil Tandon says no. Okay, great. So Sanjay Gupta, thank you so much for sharing your answer as well. He also says no. I have a question coming in from Prasanna Venkatesh um, let me just summarize the question. He's saying, what are the top 3 branding strategies to execute a successful digital coaching program? How does one scale their revenue from X to 10X or even 100X based on their sales process? Amazing. I'm going to show you today because this session is exactly about that, right? So let me just quickly answer your question immediately because that's literally what everybody is here for. So how do sales funnel work? First, there are 3 things, right? When you launch a new product, just like what Hyundai or Cadbury do. Now they have, even though they are super famous brands, and one would think that they don't need to market anymore, but that's not the reality. Whenever there's a new product or existing products, when they're trying to sell something, they need to implement funnels like this as part of their marketing strategy to get more people to entice more people to buy their products, right? So how do they do that? First, they create a lot of buzz in the market about that new product, right? So that has 2 elements to it. One is the traffic. So that is traffic, that they're creating that buzz. So you're checking out the blogs, checking out the reviews, checking out the YouTube videos. Maybe you're doing a test drive of the car, or maybe you see in the radio, you hear in ads in the radio or on TV or on the internet. So that's literally creating the buzz in the market. And so that's creating curiosity about that product. So ultimately what will happen is eventually you will go to the Hyundai website or some website to learn more about the product. Or their showroom to take a test drive. So they're generating that buzz so that they can get more people, in Hyundai's case or the car maker's case, to get more people into the showroom. That is known as traffic. Number of people trying to figure out if your product that you're offering is worth their time and money or not. So that's traffic. That's one aspect of what funnels do. The second aspect of what they do is conversion. What is conversion? Once you're shown up on the shop, the dangler in the air, the test drive in the car showroom, which is for free. So they're burning fuel, but they don't charge you any money for it, right? And then they'll show you the entire features of the car. They'll talk about mileage and all the benefits of owning a brand new car and all that. That's a salesperson trying to convince you that this is the best car ever in your budget, right? And so you should not go to a competitor. This is the best money could buy in your budget. So that's conversion, where somebody is trying to convince you that this is the best product ever, this is the best course ever. And if you're trying to, for example, if you're trying to manifest wealth, like Reshma mentioned, manifestation, right? So if you're trying to manifest wealth, I am the best coach ever that will help you understand the framework of the right practices of how do you manifest wealth through meditation and aura and all that good stuff. If you're a stock trader, or if you're a stock trading coach or a business consultant, right? A lot of people teach people, or coach small businesses or consult small businesses on automation, maybe sales development, maybe sales training, maybe customer service training. So there are all these types of trainings that small businesses need to make sure that they're able to grow. So that's what a business consultant does. They look at multiple different aspects and they try and coach them. Now, you could always go to individual businesses one by one, or you could scale that to coach 100, even 1,000 small and medium enterprises in one go by creating digital coaching programs where you coach specific people. Maybe you coach only those founders and business owners. Maybe you only coach the sales people. Maybe you only coach those business founders on automation. So you find out your specific topic or expertise that you want to share, and you start training people around that. So the power of the internet allows you to bring traffic to your business. Funnels will do that. And then through a step process, which I will explain how you actually implement a funnel in an online business, you convince people that you are the best coach to learn from. And then the third thing, so you're already getting money, by the way, with that. And the third thing is then funnels basically figure out that once you have figured out the first two steps, how to get more people into your business, and second, how do you convince them and get them to pay you. Once those two things happen, you now look at how can you repeat this process and cycle at the lowest cost, right? So literally from awareness, consideration, decision, it ultimately, and then you start convincing people, now that you have bought once from me, if you want to learn more, come back to me again. So it becomes a repetitive cycle for your business. That's what really sales funnel do. And this is the same model that all physical businesses have already implemented. It's already happening in the world of internet. And it's now time that you implement this for your coaching, consulting, and training business as well. So in the world of online coaching, there are 5 best type of funnels that you could run. One you're already part of right now. So the first one is a basic landing page. If nothing else, to get traffic to your website and to get more people to understand about what your business does and how you can help them, you create a landing page. What is a landing page? Literally where a page on the internet where your traffic, your potential customers land and read about it. As simple as that. I'll explain more of that in detail in a moment, but that's literally what a basic landing page does. You just create a one landing page. You put all your best information about who you are, what you're doing, what your mission is, how you're going to help people, and maybe the results that people have got because of what you have been able to do for them. And you list all of that information, and that one single landing page becomes your 24/7 automated salesperson. Whoever is coming to the page is reading, getting questions answered. Is this the best person to learn from? All those pieces of information already listed, and the funnel is doing that job. Second is a webinar sales funnel, right? Then you have an ebook sales funnel, and then you have maybe you could launch a mini course sales funnel, like a 30-minute capsule size piece of information, which people distribute for free, like a free ebook as well, or maybe like a automated short video that people can watch and implement the learning. And if they want to learn more, they need to speak to you. They need to pay more to get into a deeper conversation. Right. And of course, video sales funnel. So the video sales funnel would be that on the landing page, you have videos and a certain series of videos going out for people whose information you capture. So all of these are different funnels that you could run, but the most popular ones are a basic landing page funnel, a webinar sales funnel, and an ebook sales funnel, purely because of the power that they have. And let me just quickly show you one example. So weight loss example, this is KD versus KG. Now, how does she 10x her business? So let me just quickly show you what I mean by that. So a backstory while the page loads. She was an entrepreneur herself, and this was her a couple of years ago, and she was running a business where she was catering specialized food for corporates. Right. And so as part of the contract agreement, she was required to offer, maybe some people were diabetics, maybe some people had very specific requirements. So based on that, she had to reach out to nutritionists, therapists, weight loss coaches, and understand the different types of nutritional requirements, and then create food according to that. So she was in the culinary business or in the food business. And then over time, between friends, between family, and between the business requirements, she obviously gained a lot of weight. So over the years, she realized, because she had access to all these world-class nutritionists, she realized that if you want to lose weight without spending 4 hours in a gym, or without dieting, or without weight loss pills and stuff like that, the simplest method is basically that you go ahead and have simple home cooked food, and very basic lifestyle changes. Why am I giving you this backstory? Is because a lot of you have actually gone through this journey yourself, where you found a problem, you learned more about it, and over the years, Maybe it took you 3 years, maybe 5 years, or maybe even 10 years. Over the years, you've become an expert in that domain. Same thing with her. She was going through a problem. She found a solution for it, and she realized, and she implemented it on herself, and she saw massive transformation. So when that transformation happened, and this is her, she went from being a tired mother to becoming Mrs. India as well. And in that journey, somewhere in that journey, friends and family and people in the society started asking her, what is your secret of weight loss, and keeping it away. So she realized a lot of people need this information. It's not just her. There's a lot of jargon. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of information overload on the internet of what to do, what not to do. So she wanted to simplify the process. So she used the basic landing page funnel for her business. What she did is this. She says, because I'm still running my other business, which is of catering, and then obviously she's got into multiple other aspects of monetizing her social media following because of that. So she's created a 3-day WhatsApp program for busy mothers, right? What kind of mothers, right? New mothers, working professionals, and multitasking homemakers. All three categories who generally don't have too much time on their hands. So they don't have the capacity or the time available to do a 90-day weight loss transformation challenge, right? So she said, look, I'm going to help you in 3 days, because that's the best fit understanding of the target audience. So in the 3 days, she has a program which information is given to people through WhatsApp only. One day there'll be 1 hour. Maybe there's a 1 hour video on day one. On day two, maybe there's a set of recipe packs and nutrition information going out. And on third day, there is an option besides content. There is an option for meeting her online on Zoom for a one-to-one consulting, right? And then those people, and this is a 500 rupee program, by the way, it's not free. So people who do sign up have to pay 500 rupees per person. Just with this, she's been able to make 15 lakh rupees in the last 1 year, because she's got about 3,000 people. So 500 times 3 lakhs is 15 lakhs just with this, right? And so what she is doing is she's promoting her knowledge on social media. That's what she started with. And eventually she started bringing more traffic on her digital showroom, this landing page. And this is a one-page website, by the way, right? So this is a landing page for her. There are no other pages, right? And you can't do anything else except sign up or leave. So on this one page, people come, they sign up, they consume the 3-day content. And on the third day, they get an option. If you want to learn further, here is your 90-day plan. If you want, please implement it. But if you want to learn personally from me, here is a 15-minute meeting link. Please come join. And those who join her, based on the individual requirements, then she has options available to give them a recorded set of online course, which could be 5,000 rupees, or a one-on-one coaching program where she comes live every week. And every week, based on the past week's progression and tasks given and tasks completed, she creates a custom plan for the next week, for the next 90 days. So the world is the ocean in terms of the options available from there. But this becomes the best lead generation method for her. What is a lead? Basically, people who are interested in learning from you. And so they give you their email ID and obviously WhatsApp numbers here. And so with that information, she promotes her other programs. And just with this, she's built a super successful coaching business for herself over the course of last year and a half now, right? So that's the power of a landing page, right? And so all she needs to do now is start sharing content on social media. And she's already doing that. And she's gained a massive amount of following on Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. And then she's already coached more than 3,000 people through her methods. And now and I think about 6 months ago, she started running ads as well on Instagram and Facebook to get more people, get more traffic onto the page. So that's the power of a landing page funnel. Super simple to implement, and you don't need many tools, just Nourish, nothing else. Now, second thing is, this is the basic landing page example. Now, but this may not be for everybody. What if you have, a more intense product where it needs more education? So just like funnels is a complicated subject, so we're teaching that in the simplest form. So the next formula could be a webinar sales funnel, and all of you are part of this already. See, so you must have seen this kind of an ad with my face on it over the last 7-10 days. So over the last 1 week, all of you decided to, at some point in time, sign up on the program, sign up on the webinar. Today, you must have received either WhatsApp messages or maybe an email notification, and all of you showed up in the webinar today, right? And so what is happening now is, in the world of digital marketing or online marketing, the difference here is that, um, you know, um, billion-dollar brands like Hyundai and others have massive budgets, so they can explode the market with their promotional content everywhere: newspaper ads, radio ads, TV ads, social media ads. They can pay large amount of money to large influencers to post great reviews about their products and stuff like that. But so what's really happening is that once you click on one ad, you will start getting content of that type over the course of next 30 days, right? For example, so you're constantly getting maybe blog reviews, maybe, so maybe you see YouTube videos about the latest car and all of that information. So organically, you start getting a lot of information being thrown at you about the product. So over time, what it's doing is it's convincing you that this is the best car ever. And so you start comparing it with multiple other cars. Same thing is what a webinar is doing. But the difference here is what 30 seconds, 1 minute content pieces you're consuming over the course of 1 month. A webinar allows you to share all of that information, higher value information, which generally may not be so easily available on social media and internet. You're actually compressing all of that in a 1 hour, 2 hours. We have seen people who do 6-hour marathon webinars also, or like a full day workshop as well. And you're teaching people that whatever topic. So let's say you're teaching people stock trading. Now, obviously this is something you can't learn in 1 day. Like, whoever promises that is probably faking it, right? So, but you want to give a teaser and you want to promote yourself as a well-known coach in the domain. So for those 2 hours, if you were to do a webinar like that, you've got captive audience listening to you. Hopefully, like everybody else is listening to me right now, right? So for those 2 hours, you've got a captive audience who's listening to you, and they're consuming all of the content that you're sharing with them. So you've got 120 minutes with your audience. If you were doing a 2-hour webinar, that's 72,000 seconds of content being consumed from your brand. Why am I talking about it in seconds? Because YouTube Shorts, for example, are 30 seconds to 1 minute. So one webinar is equal to somebody watching at least 300 YouTube Shorts from your channel. That is the power a webinar has. And that's why you would see that almost everybody is doing a webinar today, and that because they're super powerful like that. And the beauty here is the cost of running a webinar funnel to promote your brand, to promote your knowledge sharing. You don't need the millions of dollars like those big brands have. You could actually start with a very small budget, depending upon how many people you want in the webinar. So to answer Prasanna's question about top 3 branding strategies to execute a successful digital coaching program. One is the basic landing page funnel. Second is a webinar funnel for coaching programs. And I'm going to talk about power of ebook funnels also in a moment. So, right. So webinar funnels are really, really powerful. Why go far? Let me give you our example. Nourish, over the course of last 2.5 years, has been able to get about close to 40,000 coaches, experts to sign up and launch their own coaching businesses with Nourish, right? And obviously, we are not the first ones to do it. Online coaching, online courses have existed in the US since the 1990s. In India, courses were available since the early 2010s. So we are definitely not the first ones to do this. But you needed multiple tools to do that. You need a website builder. Maybe you do that on WordPress. To build a funnel, you needed a funnel builder. To do Zoom sessions, you would need a Zoom session. By the way, this Zoom session that you're doing for up to, which you could do with Nourish for up to 500 people, comes to you for free. And you could do an entire 30-hour marathon of a webinar also at no additional cost. But you needed to sell courses, you need multiple tools. right? And so once we launched, we wanted to promote the power of online coaching and what amazing tool Nourish is. So we started webinars ourselves. And over the course of the last 2 years, by doing webinars almost once a month at least, we have become one of the most talked about platforms, one of the best platforms that people look at uh, in India at least, just by doing webinars. And so much so that a lot of people come back to us that I saw your webinar one year ago, but now is finally when I've decided to actually start coaching. And because I saw your webinar a year ago, so you were the natural choice. Right. So that is the power of webinar funnels. And it's not just limited to launching a coaching business. Webinars could be used for literally anything. So if you want to get more leads, let's say you're a digital marketer and you wanted to get more leads for your digital marketing business, you could do a webinar on top 5 tactics on for growing your business through Facebook ads in 2023. Everybody who signs up for that Facebook masterclass webinar for growing their business is a lead that you could actually use and speak to and try and convert them into becoming a client for you. So it's not just for selling courses. You could actually use the webinar funnel to actually generate leads for your business as well. And we have people who are actually doing that as well. We've got a couple of graphic designers who are just doing that, and they're doing webinars to get more graphic design clients. So they're no longer dependent on Fiverr or Upwork and other freelance platforms. This is what they're doing, right? And so I'm sure Abhishek, who mentioned he's selling since last 2 years, and everybody else, I'm sure you would have seen some sort of a webinar ad, because that's the power of webinar funnels. And I'm going to show you how you do that as well, just with this example. So this is ProSync, the Amar Bedi, the Sadarji fellow that I showed you in the beginning. So this is his webinar that he does. His method is simple. He says, the fastest and the cheapest method to get people in my business and grow it profitably is through a webinar funnel. And that funnel has worked very beautifully for him. So his method is simple. He says there are 6 secrets to selling products on Amazon. He's giving away those secrets for free in the webinar. And how he does it is every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., without mistake, he does a live webinar. So this one is happening on 17 June, and it's for 200 rupees, right? And so it's a paid webinar. So this just makes sure that people who are absolutely serious sign up, so that you don't have to deal with all the freeloaders who are not really serious about this topic, and they're just clicking, click, and then moving forward. So this avoids everybody who is not absolutely serious about it. So it improves the overall quality of the leads he's getting for his business. So let's say he gets about 100 people to register in the webinar. From that webinar, at the end of the webinar, which is this is a 2-hour webinar, and this is the webinar landing page, by the way, and it explains from top to bottom everything and answers every question that somebody could have about why they should sign up on the webinar. He even breaks the myths that you don't need advanced technical knowledge or complex business models. You don't need a huge budget. You don't need to set up a warehouse or worry about high competition or a lot of stuff. So all the questions that somebody would have about should I or should I not start an Amazon business is already being answered, including what will I do in the webinar, testimonials. These are WhatsApp screenshots of people who have really enjoyed the webinar and done really, really well. Bonuses that he wants to offer in the webinar. And then multiple sign up buttons so that it becomes super easy for somebody to just sign up on the webinar. On that day, which is on the 17th, for example, when somebody signs up and shows up in the webinar, in that 2 hours webinar, he shares everything which he wants to as part of his 6 secrets. And then at the end of the webinar, he says, for those of you who are serious about doing this, this is what I'm going to do. Why don't you go ahead and learn this topic in detail through this program where I teach you, this one. Where I teach you Amazon selling, and the program cost is 12,995. In the webinar, he says, if you buy it in the next 24 to 48 hours or the next 24 to 48 hours, I'm going to give it to you for 10,000 rupees. So out of 100 people, let's say 80 people showed up. Life happens, got meetings, family to take care of, stuff like that. So let's say 20% people did not show up. Out of 80 people, even if he gets about he said he gets about 15% conversion, but for easier calculation, I'm saying, let's say 10% people convert, and he's selling it for 10,000 rupees. So that means 8 people out of 80 convert. That means he's making per webinar per Saturday, he's making 80,000 rupees. Times 4, that's easily like a 3 to 4 lakh rupees a month business. Just with this, nothing else. Going live once a week, getting people to sign up on the webinar, talking about how he can help, offering the course. People buy the course for 10,000 rupees, and then he gets them to use the course. But that did not stop here. His ultimate goal, remember, like I mentioned, he was basically into consulting Amazon sellers in 10xing their business. So the end goal ideally for him was that from this webinar, whoever completes the course, he's going to offer them consulting services where he will say, okay, now that you have learned, or now that you've started making money on Amazon, let my team help you grow that business 10x. So that becomes a lead generation method also for him, besides people paying him to learn from him on how to start the Amazon business. So it's a win-win for everybody, right? Right. And so what's now happening really here is, that's what a webinar funnel is. And so that's really the power of why webinars are so super successful, right? And then here is the multiple funnel strategy that now a lot of people are implementing, and this is the main crux of the entire story. So there are 5 things that I spoke about, that you need a basic landing page funnel. A webinar sales funnel also is another superhero. For a landing page example, let me give you another one. This is Sanjeev Kapoor Academy. And what they are doing is, so they are not using webinar funnel. For a brand like him, so he's saying, I just want to sell courses. So his premium course is basically start your food business from home, veg and non-veg recipes included. And it teaches people how to start their food business from home. So ads are run, and there's a copy of this, there's a duplicate page of this which does not have the menu option, so people can only sign up on this page or leave. And this is a 3,000 rupee program, and this is a super profitable business. So what they're doing is they're running ads and getting people to buy this program directly. That is it. Now there's a certain cost involved in getting people to pay 3,000 rupees for a course, right? So let's say that's I can't reveal the real numbers, but let's say that's on average, let's say that's 2,000 rupees. That's still profitable, because for every 2,000 rupees spent, the business is making 3,000 rupees as profit. So 1,000 rupees as profit. So it's like an ATM printing machine. Every time 2,000 is spent, you get 3,000 back, right? Now, how do we drop the cost further and increase profitability? That's where an ebook funnel kicks in. So for example, this course is about building a profitable food business from home. So what Sanjeev Kapoor Academy did was that they launched an ebook on the same topic. Now, when we do a webinar, there's a certain cost that you spend on Facebook and Instagram to get people to sign up on the webinar, which is definitely a lot cheaper than selling the courses directly, right? But if you want even further more profitability, what Sanjeev Kapoor Academy did was they launched an ebook on the same topic, how to start a food business from home. And we hit the button somewhere in the middle, right? Because it's a free download copy. So we wanted to improve the overall quality of lead of people who download the ebook. Those are absolutely serious. So what happens is you have to literally read the page, go here, and on the third section, you will see the button showing up. So that means you're reading the information. That means you're serious about this. And so everybody who downloaded the copy, we were able to capture their phone numbers and email IDs. And with phone numbers, we were able to send WhatsApp messages. With email IDs, email marketing sequence started, and we were able to get many more people in the funnel, and we could convert a lot of them to buy the programs. And as people buy this program, eventually they get informed about the upsell, which is Cloud Kitchen Business Accelerator, which has people, sessions from people like the National Restaurant Association of India, Rajiv Mata, who's a serial founder himself, Sanjeev Kapoor, Zomato's VP, Ninad Karpe, who's a very famous investor himself. So very famous prominent personalities from the food industry. And so you get to learn from them topics like how do you raise funds, marketing. So basically you create a deeper level product or course that people can consume. And this one is now being sold with added bonuses for 8,000 rupees. So that's how multiple funnels are actually happening. And this is a super successful business. Of course, there was a learning journey that the business went through where they started with the basic landing page funnel where they created a course page and they started selling courses there to drop the cost of acquiring customers. Then eventually we did a few masterclasses, live webinars. And then to drop the cost further, we experimented with ebook funnels, and we found that all of combined together, it's a amazingly profitable concept of a business that could be run. Now, how can you do that without technical challenges, without multiple tools, and without headaches? Super important, right? So what you could do is on Nourish, we wanted to simplify the entire process. So here you have something called funnel builder. By the way, let me just quickly show you how this actually works and how we did this for how all of these people are actually building these funnels. So when you go on Nourish and you set up your own account and sign up on Nourish, there's an option called funnel builder. And when you click on create funnel, Tarun, I see your question coming in about the link is changing. I'm going to answer that in a moment also, right? Okay. So you have three options here. You have a landing page funnel, you have a webinar funnel, and you have an ebook funnel also, right? Now, a quick recap of what do you actually need for sales funnel to work. You need traffic, which means people who are interested in what you are offering, which means learning from you. Second, you need automation to convert them into paying customers. And third, you need optimization to kind of keep running the business on an automated model so that you can keep reducing the cost of running the business and increasing profitability, right? So let me explain how this happens in a webinar funnel and an ebook funnel as well. A landing page funnel is a smaller funnel. Webinar funnel kind of incorporate that, so it's just easier to cover the whole thing in one go. Okay, so what do you need for a webinar? First of all, you need a Zoom session like this where you can conduct live sessions, right? Then you need a landing page. So what that means is that landing page, just like what I showed you for this webinar. So you need a landing page like this. Design could be anything, content could be anything, but you need a page where people can basically click on a button and sign up, where you can capture their email ID and information. Then you need a Zoom session like this. And then you need automation tools like maybe an email automation where whoever signs up on the webinar automatically starts getting these emails for them to buy your offer, your product, your courses, or your coaching programs. So how that works on Nourish is, so when you click on funnel builder and then you click on create funnel, here, I'm just going to click on webinar funnel here. And so when you click here, what's happening is the system will actually tell you what are the steps involved to build a webinar funnel so that you don't have to research on the internet, get multiple tools. In just one platform, you get to enable the whole thing. Let me show you how. So the first thing is the system is telling you, give it a name. This is for your reference. I'm going to write webinar funnel, right? And then everything that you do on Nourish is under the layer of a course. That's how the entire platform is connected together, even if you're doing a webinar or selling an ebook. So, and if you don't remember these steps, that's fine. Our team will be happy to show you again and explain to you in detail. So let's say this is a course. I'll just start afresh. Already there's a funnel in place for people who are going to be part of the today's session, but I'm just going to do it fresh again. So let's say I'll click on create a course. And then the system will tell me, okay, fine, start by clicking on new course and type in the name of the course. So let's say I'm a weight loss coach or a business consultant, right? So I'm going to do a webinar, live webinar, 10x your business in 90 days. And let's make it more enticing. Secret strategy to, you need to bring traffic as well. So every small element helps, including marketing copy. So secret strategy, 10x your business in 90 days. Who wouldn't want this, right? So you click on create, and then Now you're telling the system that I'm doing a webinar funnel. So click on add a live section because you're doing a live session. So I'll just copy paste the name of the webinar, secret strategy to 10x your business in 90 days, right? And then of course, you could do multiple sessions. A lot of people like to do like a 3-day workshop, 4 hours each, or maybe a 1-month program or a 7-day program. So you have multiple sessions and ongoing session as an option as well. For the sake of this exercise, I'm going to show you a single session because that's just faster and easier to show it. Okay, so I'm going to single session I've selected, and then create and schedule reminder emails, because of course people will not show up if you don't send them reminder emails, because they might be signing up 10 days in advance, right? So I'm going to create a webinar. Today is 16, so I'm going to create a webinar for, let's say, the 30th of June, right? So 14 days in advance. So I'll click on continue, and then, a nice image for the webinar. If you want, you could add that as well. Name of the webinar, secret strategy to 10x your business in 90 days. Select the date and timing. So like I said, 30th of June. Let me just say 1st July. And then, yeah, 5 p.m. looks like a decent time. So I'm going to select 5 p.m. And this is the one-time event. So let's just do it for 4 hours. So 5 till 9 p.m. And then click on save and click on next. So now the system is telling you confirm these details, please, before you move forward. So name, date, time, all set, good to go. Click on confirm. I've done this. And then if I wanted to add more sections, like a lot of people like to offer free bonuses, ebook downloads, watch a free video, stuff like that, you could do that as well. For now, I'm just going to select yes, I'm done, proceed to pricing and settings. So as I do that, now what's happening is, if I wanted to charge money for this, like how this guy was doing it, he was charging 195 for webinar per person. I could do that as well. I'm just going to leave it at 0 for now. That means it's free. All you have to do is just make sure all the settings are in place, right? And at the bottom, click on publish course. So now the course is live, and the webinar session is also live. And the system, as you can see here, is reminding you that you're still creating a webinar funnel. So don't forget. So you click on this panel again, and it'll take you back to that section. Reconfirm the information. So select the course. And as you can see here, live webinar course has shown up. I've selected that. Now the webinar inside it will also show up. This is the webinar that I'm doing, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. July 1st. And this is what I'm doing today for something that is 15 days later, by the way, right? And then create a landing page for it, just like this. Now we have tons of templates, and of course our team is happy to design the entire website and landing pages for you. But just for the sake of this exercise, okay, Viraj, interesting question. What if I need to do routine every Sunday 10 a.m.? So that's what you use, ongoing sessions. The options that I selected the options that were given were single, multiple, ongoing. So ongoing, you could select ongoing and just select the date that every 7 days I'm going to do a session. The system will automatically set them up. So you just have to select the time after that, right? So that option is also available. All right, so you click on select a landing page. Now for the sake of this exercise, I'm just going to select an existing page. And here, when I click on go to page, right, I can actually design the entire landing page the way I wanted to. I'm not going to do that now because this is a live page that we were using for this webinar. But just to quickly show you something, let's say, for example, if I wanted to edit something, let's say I want to say, find 10. Sorry, my internet is really slow now. Right, find 1 lakh customers each year by selling your online courses, let's say. Or if I wanted to change the image, change the buttons, all of that good stuff can be completely changed. So let's say the page is done. Let me not save this because I don't want to undo the page. So the page is done. Now, just in case if you don't know copywriting or content writing for landing pages and you struggle with that, in fact, the tool Nourish has just recently launched Funnels GPT, our own AI powered writing tool. So if you don't know what to write, the tool can actually help you. So for example, and this is the biggest challenge with AI tools in general, they don't have the structure in place because ultimately the power of AI is that it can give you great answers. But if your question is stupid, you'll get stupid answers. If your question is garbage, you'll get garbage answers. So asking great questions is the key for AI. So we have solved that by breaking down what you could ask, and we're adding more prompts here as we speak. So for example, in the case of a landing page, you could do landing page content, social media post, ad content, emails, course content, all of that good stuff. So for landing page, let's say I need a webinar name. So give me 3 amazing webinar names, and there's a default name already listed. Mine is something else, which is secret strategy. Let's just remove that also. 10x your business in 90 days. That's my webinar name. So let's see what it does, right? And in the, now my internet is already weak, so I don't know how quickly it will respond, but okay, great. So accelerate your growth, the 90-day plan to 10x your business. 10x your business in 90 days, ultimate blueprint to explosive success. Let me zoom in a bit. Yeah, okay. From zero to hero, right? How to 10x your business in just 90 days. So already it's giving you great results. And if you wanted to customize it, just add more information. So just copy this. And let's say this webinar is for struggling entrepreneurs. Okay, wrong spelling, but I think it will still do its magic, right? Revitalize your business, 10x your revenue in just 90 days. Because what I did is I added the term or the phrase, this webinar is for struggling entrepreneurs, right? Struggling entrepreneurs, from that term, the AI knows what are the struggles of entrepreneurs: revenue, profitability. So it added the word revenue in 90 days. Struggling entrepreneurs guide to 10x your business 90 days, unlock your potential, 90-day plan to skyrocket your business, beat the struggle. So already you can see that the AI is giving you such great results. Just click here on the it'll copy all of it, or just copy the one that you want. And then you can use the AI further. 3 strong headlines for the webinar. I'm not going to make any changes here, but let me just select the standard prompt. Let's say my webinar is about mastering time management. It's giving me strong headlines for the webinar landing page also, right? Similarly, if I wanted benefits of attending the online program webinar, for example, I hit enter, and it will write 4 amazing benefits for the prompt that I have done already, right? So the biggest challenge for people is how to write content. The AI is already solving it. And because it is learning from coaches, consultants, experts, and professionals who are trying to grow their business online using this tool already, so you will not get vague answers. You'll get very specific answers, which you can use for your specific use case, right? So the training is also happening as 40,000 people are using it. So once the page is done, so you've got the page ready. By the way, Zoom comes auto integrated in it. You don't have to pay extra for Zoom license. So when I set up the Zoom webinar, it is already created for me inside. All on that day, I just have to go live and do my magic on Zoom. And then the landing page has been created as well. Now it's telling me, make sure to optimize the page for SEO. So there are certain things that you can do for SEO as well. And then it's saying, okay, the page is done, SEO is done, the Zoom session is also connected, you're ready to start promoting it. So now it's saying, use the AI and start promoting it on social media. You've got that as well, right? If you don't know what to do, just click on Nourish AI, social media post. There are prompts available. You can use that to craft an amazing post with hashtags, and the AI gives you the information with hashtags and emojis also optimized for conversion. So I'm going to select, I've done this. And now the system is telling you, now that you have promoted it on organically, if you want to skyrocket the number of leads you want to get for this webinar, integrate Facebook Pixel or Google Tag Manager or Google Analytics to run ads. We've already done that on this academy. So this is what's showing as done. So I'll select, I've done this. And now it's telling you launch ads now, right? So you'll run ads on Facebook and Instagram. So I've done that. And if you need help, again, Nourish AI, add content, it will help you write the content as well. Finally, this is where the automation comes in. So this is what you're doing 15 days in advance so that you have enough time to run ads and stuff. And today itself, what you're doing is you're setting up the automation that the moment you do your webinars, automatically the webinar funnel takes care of selling more for you after the webinar is over. So you don't need a separate email marketing tool for this. So for example, what I could do is I could select that either when the webinar has started or ended, maybe, let me just zoom in a bit so that people can see clearly. So immediately after the webinar ends, to only the people who have attended the webinar, only to those people. So there are people who signed up, people who did not show up, and the people who are present. So only people who attended the webinar, send them an email saying, thank you for attending the webinar. And you can ask the AI to write it for you, and send them an email saying, if you want to sign up on my program, here is a discount coupon. You can generate the coupon code as well. Go buy it, available for the next 48 hours at a 30% discount, right? And then you could also add more um, of emails here by saying, to everybody who registered but did not attend the webinar, the absentees, to them, send them an email, maybe let's say 2 hours later, after the webinar ends, send them an email, hey, you missed the webinar, why don't you watch the replay? Because in the webinar, you're again talking about your upsell, right? Where you're talking about buying a higher price product from you. So, and then finally, you could also say, fine, that maybe 1 day later, to everybody who registered, doesn't matter if they were present or not, send them multiple emails, and you can send as many as you like, up to 10 days in advance, up to 10 days after the webinar is over, that, the upsell is available, go buy it. The window is closing soon, those kind of emails. And once your email setup is done, you can select this. And again, the webinar funnel is reminding you that everybody who showed up on your landing page is a potential customer. They may not be ready to sign up yet. So retarget them with more ads to bring them to your actual course page or to bring them to your next webinar, right? So you have all these options available. So what literally used to take an expert to tell you this, or maybe months of research, the platform is telling you all of this in step-by-step format. So you don't have to remember any of this, just implement it much further in advance, click on publish funnel, and that's it. And on that day, what you have to do is just click on startup. And as you can see here, this is the webinar, live webinar, multiple funnel strategy that we are part of right now. System is showing me that I can go live from here, and I have the option of selecting meeting or a webinar. So if I wanted to give a meeting kind of an experience, like a standard Zoom meeting, I could do that, or I could choose between doing a webinar also. And so this kind of an experience where I control who speaks where gets to use it. Reshma, oh, interesting. This chat happening. Reshma, thank you so much. She says, I have tried Funnel GPT, simply superb. Amazing. Thank you so much for that. We spent a lot of time in research and building that as well. So Catalyst Viraj is saying, what if I need to do webinar and routine every Sunday, 10 a.m.? Like I mentioned, you have the option. I'll just quickly show you since you've asked that question. Funnel Builder. I'm just quickly going to open another one, webinar. And as you can see here, okay, let me just quickly go to courses here. So when I was creating a new section, right, a live section, as you can see here, I have an option for single session, multiple, and ongoing session. Multiple session, like it means if I wanted to create 10 at a time, for random dates and time, I could select that. Ongoing sessions, a session on your suitable days and times of a week, and repeat it weekly, or you can select dates. So I could actually select that as well. So you have all these options available where you can set up that, and it's all happening under one course. So you don't have to create it multiple times, just once, and automatically everybody who signs up on the program gets to see this as course content information, that when they sign up, they'll actually get to see all the sessions lined up with them. And of course, every session that you create, what's happening is automatically the platform is sending reminder emails, which you don't have to create. It is automatically sending it 1 hour before the session happens. Of course, you can create many more, but just in case you forget, at least one is going out for sure, right? So what used to take an entire team to manage this, you're now able to do it as a single person, and you're able to do all of this yourself. Now, to go a step further, like I said, ebook, so webinar funnels take a certain cost. Now, if you wanted to really scale your business at very low cost, I'm sure you would have seen ads on the internet about people trying to sell templates, um, or ebooks or how-to guides, right? You could use that structure. I mean, just go to Canva, create your ebook or how-to guide. It's like as easy as creating a Google Doc, right? And download it as a PDF. What is an ebook? For those of you who don't know, is nothing but a PDF with an ebook cover, like a book cover. That is it, right? So just in case if you do not know, that's what an ebook is. So you go to Canva, and there are free templates available. Design one, download it as a PDF, and then what you could do is you come back here and click on ebook funnel, and same process here. You give it a name, create a course, right? And then I'll just quickly show here. So, and then in the course, upload that ebook. Add section, because this is not a live session. So click a chapter, and then as a downloadable file, because you're giving a downloadable file, let's just use the PDF that I'm using, and then upload it. And then you can go to next, and then publish the course, set up the pricing and all that good stuff. You repeat the same process. And then, so what's happening now is the system is now reminding you again that you're building an ebook funnel. So you click here and you repeat the same cycle. So you select the course, select a chapter. This is the PDF that I uploaded, create a landing page for it. I'm just going to select a random one. I have edited the page, optimize it for SEO, promote it on social media as well. I've integrated marketing tools also. And then I'll run my own ad separately. So that's done as well. And again, the same thing. The moment people download this ebook, you have options of running multiple emails up to 6 days from the ebook download, right? Unlimited emails could be set up. And so the beauty here is that if you are spending 100 rupees per person to buy a program, on webinars, you might be doing it at 30 rupees. On ebooks, it could go as low as 5 rupees as well, right? That's the power, because it's a free concept. It's a free content that people can download, right? And that's really the method that people are using now to actually scale their business and use these multiple funnel strategy to grow their business quickly. Why ebooks? Is because it's free or very low cost. So you're able to get a lot of leads. So for example, if I were to sell a course for 1,000 rupees in 1 year, 1,000 rupees, and I'm trying to make 1 lakh rupees, it's easy that I would be spending at least, 50, 60,000 rupees. But if I am trying to get the same 1,000 leads, and the download cost of an ebook is only, let's say 10, 15, maybe 20 rupees, in 20,000 rupees, I've got the same 1,000 leads, which I can now promote and sell my courses and my coaching programs for. So the lead generation process becomes a lot simpler and easier with it. Now, so that's why all these funnels are super amazing. And in fact, you would have seen that people do online events also. Webinar is nothing but a 1-hour event. Because you're able to do a 30-hour session also, you could do a full day event using the same structure. So you don't have to hire an event marketing agency to do that for you. You have everything that you need to actually launch an online event as well within the same thing, right? So, and that's really the structure of how people are actually building their success stories. So, for example, amazing. Abhishek is saying, I've generated 2,000 email IDs by giving a 2-page PDF for free on YouTube and bringing them on Nourish platform. Amazing, right? So that's exactly what you, and so now you have an ebook funnel as well, where you can actually promote it, because bringing people from YouTube to Nourish depends on how many people watch your YouTube videos, right? So you could, but if you want to really scale it, you could use an ebook funnel like this. And the beauty here is, you don't need a MailChimp or a ConvertKit to send those upsell emails. Within that platform, you're able to send out multiple emails, all of them talking about buy my program or sign up on my webinar or get this upsell for a cheaper cost, right? So you get all that at no extra cost. So that cost is also eliminated. So how people are using this multiple funnel strategy is very simple, right? They're using some sort of an opt-in, some sort of a lead magnet. What is a lead magnet? Some high value content piece that people can consume. That could be a webinar just like this, or an ebook like what Abhishek is mentioning. Maybe a short, you record something on Zoom for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, where you share 5 strategies, and that becomes a short course that people can consume, right? Of course, like Abhishek was mentioning, you could do videos as well. Based on the database that you have, you could do WhatsApp and email marketing as well. You send out some piece of content that people will consume. The idea is bring traffic to your page and generate leads. When you do that, and you do that through email marketing, WhatsApp, ads, of course, you could build a community, you could do ads. There are multiple ways of doing that. So you generated leads already. Now, with those leads, what people are typically doing is they are actually getting people to buy at least a 5,000 rupee program. Why 5,000? This is a, this is a debatable question. A lot of people say, I've seen people selling courses for 699, 999. I call them a mini course because it's ultimately getting people to buy a higher upsell. So don't get confused between a short, a low price course versus a higher price course. Yes, there could be like a 21-day program for 699 as well. Those are different tactics of growing a coaching business. But with such small ticket pricing, it becomes very difficult to grow the business and stay profitable. So that's really key. So that's why I say that at least 5,000 rupees, because when somebody pays 5,000 rupees to you, that means they are super serious, because no matter how rich you are, 5,000 rupees is a substantial amount. It will definitely pinch. So if not 5,000, at least 3 to 5,000 rupees price range should be your course pricing level 1. And then as people finish, and now just like in school, what happens is you go through LKG, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, ninth, 10th, eventually 12th and college. So you can't learn engineering in LKG, right? So same concept here. Once you finish course 1, those who finish and pass course 1, right? So successfully complete course 1, to them you could offer a program for, let's say, 10,000 rupees. Now here it's completely up to you how much you want to charge for it, depending upon the program cost and the amount of expertise required to build that content, and then eventually move them to higher paid programs. So how this is done beautifully is through this is an example. That one last example that I would like to share is this lady called Deepti Vartak. Backstory quickly: engineer, MBA, working in big 4 IT company for more than 10 years, got tired of working, did not find purpose in life, wanted to do something more meaningful. So she started practicing baking at home, started doing well, and eventually she launched, after 7-8 years of becoming confident with baking, she launched her own small bakery at home, taking orders from friends and family, and then started getting recognition. WhatsApp covered her and Facebook also covered her. So she said, yeah, okay, well, what I'm doing has value in it. So she launched her baking business, I think sometime back in 18. She launched her YouTube channel in 2021. And 3 months later, she launched her home baking coaching programs as well. So why am I talking about her is because same method of multiple strategies. So what she does is she does these live baking webinars or masterclasses where she teaches stuff like cooking's mastery, Christmas special treats, brownies or ice cream cakes. I'm feeling hungry already. Okay, chocolates. And so whatever you want to learn, whatever can be taught in 2-3 hours, or maybe like a 3-day program, 3 hours each, she teaches that in live programs. Why live? Because people enjoy learning live, right? And who is her target audience? Homemakers, women who also want to, take their cooking skills, learn a new cooking skill, and then maybe do something with it. So why she's doing that is because what's helping her is that with these live programs, she's encouraging people to learn a baking skill. Eventually, the goal is that either you pick up, you learn a mastery course like sugar flowers, which is a very nuanced and difficult skill to learn, working with hot liquid sugar, or eventually you start your own bakery business from home, just like her. And so over the course of last 2 years, she's already helped more than 5,000 people do this. And her eventual program course, where she does business growth, she shares business growth learning. She has got, yeah, okay, yeah, oh, wow, 15,000 people in her community of learning all these programs. And she's built a 1.5 crore a year business. She's earned 1.5 crores over the last 2 years, actually, not per year, but in the last 2 years, teaching people baking live through webinars. And so she does multiple things. She sells courses, does webinars, she offers these recipe booklets and stuff like that, which is again an ebook funnel. All of those are combinations of what she's doing. There you go. Right. So literally anything can be done. Now, how will we help you? Too much of information, too much of value sharing. Now, how can we help you? Now, what we do is that we want to make sure that we help everybody become successful in this venture. So what we do is that we not only offer you the platform where you get to create and sell courses, coaching programs, webinars, and memberships, and you get to earn your dream income and traffic and leads for your business and for your brand. So this is for sure that you're getting, including everything else that I just mentioned and I showed you, including this Zoom session license as well, right? What else do? We give you all this, which is you get to build your own personal brand website, just like Deepti Vartak or KD versus KG or Amar Bedi, the Amazon seller. You get to build landing pages, of course, unlimited course hosting, so that you don't have to worry about paying for bandwidth or hosting place. Payment gateway connectivity is available so that you control how much money you want to charge, and all the money you get to keep. We don't want any revenue share. You connect your own account there. So whether it is Paytm, Razorpay, PayPal, Stripe, whatever you want, is all yours, your choice. Funnel builder, I've already shown you all three, and you could use all of them, right? And Funnels GPT will definitely help you write content which will help get maximum people in one place. And then, oh, by the way, I missed out on one thing. If you wanted to, no internet business is complete with an app, without an app, right? So we offer you a ready-made with your branding, Android and iOS app as well, depending upon which plan you go on. But that's the platform side, right? So that's not just this, but what we also do is this, that to learn all of this of how do you understand how to create content for courses or coaching programs, how do you write great content using the AI for your coach, for your business, for landing pages, how do you write great social media content, how do you grow your social media following, how do you run ads on Facebook, how do you set up courses, how do you set up a webinar funnel just like this and get hundreds of people to attend live and sell courses faster, right? All of this we teach you in a 30-day live program just like this. 30-day live program just like this. It's called the Nourish Accelerator Program. We only open it for 20 people per month because we want to make sure the people who are absolutely serious join. We don't want to, get everybody joining in and then people not really implementing the learning. So if you are serious about growing your personal brand online, whether you're a social media influencer, content creator, expert, coach, trainer, and you want to learn all these steps at no additional extra cost, and not spend a year learning the same things from different sources, and just learn all of it in one month and get our team to design the website for you. So you don't even have to design the website, we'll do it for you. We do this for everybody in the accelerator program. Sumita, who is logged in the background, thank you so much, has just shared the link for the accelerator program. You can click on this link. It's available only for the first 20 people who sign up, and literally set up, launch, and scale your online coaching business with a 30-day accelerator program. And now I'm sure all of you have 10,000 different questions about what is this program, what do you get, all of that. So don't worry, there is no financial commitment yet. All you're doing is you're just entering your name, phone number, and email ID and request a call back. When our team member calls you, you can ask 10,000 questions. You can ask them to get on a live call, like a live Zoom call or a Google Meet call, and show you everything about the platform in detail as well. And then once you have finally made up your mind, yes, this seems like a good thing to do for you, that's when you go ahead and sign up, right? Okay. And of course, we do this is purely live sessions based. We'll do multiple live sessions throughout the plan. And so I'm going to share the link again for everybody in chat so that you can just click on it, go through the details and fill out the information, and our team will be happy to reach out to you to explain the process in details. And thank you, Sumita, for sharing the phone number as well, just in case if you want to call in. Now, couple of questions that I see that I'll definitely take up here. Yeah, Abhishek, so that's really powerful that what you did with YouTube and the ebook funnel. That's really, really amazing. Now I've already answered Viraj's question about the frequency of doing it every Sunday. So you choose that weekly option with ongoing sessions, and you'll be able to set it up as well. Okay. Now, does your platform also support reselling third-party courses? You could. I mean, no, not third-party courses. So it depends how you're doing it. So let's say if you want to, you'll have to host the course inside Nourish. So as long as they give you, yeah, exactly. Sorry, Himal, as long as they give you the rights to the content. That's what I was really coming to. You can upload the content in the platform in your account, and then create a landing page for it and start selling it. Yes, so you could do that. Yes, as long as you have the course content rights. Okay. How does one scale the revenue from X to 10X? Prasanna, I hope this entire process helped you understand, because the simple logic is, if you were to go and okay, Abhishek is asking, what about who are already part of the Nourish Oh yes, Abhishek, this is actually open for everybody. In fact, we've had people who are on the platform for almost a year. I mean, I can't take names because I'm sure you are part of the Facebook community of the official subscribers as well. But so we've had, funny enough, we've had people who have been part of the ecosystem for almost a year, and they were stuck in the process of creating content for online courses, shooting, editing, post-producing. And so this lady came back and said, oh, I've spent 8 months shooting the content. I said, you should have been part of the accelerator program. You would have been able to launch the course in the very first 30 days, because we share tactics on how you can actually quickly launch the entire program very quickly. So the program is open for existing existing Knowledge subscribers as well. So yes, you can sign up as well there. Just click on the link, fill out the information, team will call you back and ask questions about the accelerator program. They'll do it. Now, scaling the revenue part, Prasanna, the bit that you had asked, the important part to know here is, when you're trying to sell courses directly, it's all about building a brand, right? So by that, what I mean is, when somebody is looking at an online product, they would want to look at basically, can I trust this coach to know that this guy and know that this guy knows enough to solve my problem? What I mean by that is a very simple example that I'll give you right now. How many of you have seen this brand, or would you buy this brand? A simple yes or no. Let's say you're in the market for buying a shoe. Would you buy this shoe? Purely based on this shoe example. Rohit is saying no, Neha is saying no. Everybody else, quick yes or no. If you were to look at this image on the screen, and if you were in the market for buying this shoe, would you just buy it purely based on, let's say the pricing is also listed and it's for, it's in your budget, right? Would you buy this shoe? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. Interesting, right? So you wouldn't, exactly. So you would not really buy the shoe because maybe you don't know the brand, maybe and you don't know what is the quality of the brand, and you don't know if this is really worth spending the money or not. But if I were to show you this brand right here, you would immediately be interested. If you would not, at least if not buy it, you'll at least be interested in it, purely simply because of the logo that you see here. So that logo represents something, which means Nike as a brand has trust in the market that this is the best brand to we don't sell you bad products. Our products really work really well. So why am I talking about this here is because your question, Prasanna, about how do you scale revenue. So when you're trying to sell products, online courses directly, right? So there is, if you don't have a social media following, as in people don't know you, then as an expert, as a coach, in that domain. So if you're trying to sell courses directly, there is a certain amount of additional effort required, which means you'll need to spend a lot more money on ads to build that trust that what you're trying to sell, you are an expert in it, right? So if you were, let's say, Ali Abdal or Ankur Warikoo or Sanjeev Kapoor or Raj Shamani, right? So or Finance Fish Sharan, right? All of them, by the way, still run ads to sell courses, even with tens of millions of followers. They still have to run ads. So, but my point is, even though they've built a brand, they're still running ads. But so if you are just starting out, you would also need to build trust in your brand. Webinars are the fastest method to do it. So rather than selling courses directly, yes, of course, that's a profitable method of doing that as well. I'm not saying it can't be done or shouldn't be done. But if you want more profitability and scaling revenue from X to 10X or even 100X based on this process, webinars are super powerful because you're able to do that. And then the next level of that is an ebook funnel. And the next level of that is an online event. In fact, we did a event back in 2021 end called Spire Summit. And when we did that event, it was a free online event. And it was, and we, in our network, we called whoever was possible as a speaker. Some people were from UK were happy to do it for free. In fact, everybody came for free, but some came because the concept was that we were trying to bring in 10,000 people in the event. So they wanted that kind of presence, right? So a lot of people came, right? But because it was a free webinar, free online event, basically a 1 hour, 1 day webinar, right? With multiple people coming in and speaking, we were able to generate 10,000 leads in 1 day. And then convert so many of them from that into paying customers for Nourish. Even though we're not selling courses, we're selling a platform. So you could use the same method to 100x your revenue as well. As a business consultant, I'll give you another example. One final one. I know I was already said that. Gurukul.100x.vc is an academy which is run by a leading investment company in India called 100x VC, run by gentlemen which is called Sanjay Mehta and others. Sanjay Mehta was one of the first. He was one of the first investors in Oyo, Naukri, Shadi.com, stuff like that, right? And so they are now teaching people how to build successful startups through this program, a cohort-based program. They generally take up batches. Every batch starts at a specific date, and they offer live recorded sessions, pre-recorded video lectures, and application dates and all that, key takeaways. And they get people like these to show up, like Pranav Pai, founder of 314 Capital, Indian Angel Network, Venkat Raju from Infosys and other backgrounds. So all of these experts come and they talk about how do you grow a startup. So this now has become a lead generation model for them also as part of their funding ecosystem, right? And from there, promising startups get more access to other investors as well. So webinars are super powerful to doing that purely for this reason. So not just for selling courses, but for anything in general. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, because at the end of the webinar, the product could be a 5,000 rupee course or a 1 lakh rupee platform, or a 5 lakh rupee car, or a ecosystem that you're planning to offer. So it could be anything. Now, Tarun, whenever a new 3-day program starts in KD versus KG, the URL link is changed in campaign. So what I know for a fact is that they have recently changed their domain from kdversuskg.com to kdversuskg.co.in. So that's one. And then they were testing multiple other things. So that I think that could be part of that also. But ultimately, the URL, if you go back and check, I think it's pretty much going to be kdversuskg.co.in. And after that, generally it is a UTM parameter, like a tracking code Facebook uses to track how many people have clicked on the link and shown up on the landing page. I think that's what you are referring to. If I don't know if you are part of the KD versus KG team, or you are an existing customer, I think you are. Either way, you can always set up a call with us and we can deep dive into it further, why that's happening. But primarily because it's a landing page, your link will remain the same, kdversuskg.co.in. Okay. Any other questions you would like me to answer today? No? Okay. If somebody has a question, because typing can take time, you can raise your hand on Zoom chat and I'll wait for you. One final message, if nothing else, fill out the Yeah. Okay, Tarun. Yeah. If you could not convey it properly, yeah, sure. I mean, just book a call with our team, reach out to us. We can have a deeper conversation on that as well. Right. Okay. Mm, sure. Okay. So I've just shared the link. By all means, fill out the link. Just enter your email ID, phone number, and name. Our team will be happy to reach out to you, and you can ask 10,000 questions as you like and take it forward from there. Thank you so much for joining in today. It was lovely having everybody here. But of course, in a webinar, I can only share so much. If you are in the space, if once you join the Nourish community, and then you want to understand in a deeper fashion about how to implement a multiple funnel strategy for your business, we're always happy to get on a call with you and look at what you are doing for your business and grow, share insights there. Ashok, welcome. I know you are definitely part of the ecosystem here. So thank you so much for joining in, and we'll see you hopefully on the other side as part of the Knowledge Accelerator program. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend.